Don't make this thread mistake on jeans. I'll show you how to avoid it. I wanted to do a pattern on them. There's nothing wrong with them. I just wanted to put some boro on. Here's my bag of scrap fabric I'm going to use. Just gathering everything, my thimble. This is the thread that I originally planned to use. Misty Fuse Fusible. I'm just going to lay my fabric on here and see what I like. Just a few pieces for this. I've decided on just these simple pieces. So I'm going to use this non-stick pressing sheet and lay that out on my ironing board. And then I have the Misty Fuse. It's actually a little bit difficult to see this at all, but I'm going to lay that out. And then just spread my pieces that I'm going to use on here. And on top of that, I'm laying my parchment paper. And I'm just using a hot iron to fuse it. And whatever fusible webbing you use, just follow the manufacturer's instructions. They do vary a little bit. I'm just peeling this off. And do you see that spot right there? I didn't quite have enough fusible underneath that area, but I'll just go back and add some in. And then just trim all the excess and cut the pieces apart. I've added in that extra little piece of webbing. Everything as normal up to now. Now I'm laying them back onto my jeans, and once I've got them positioned there, I'll just bring the iron over and press them in place. In the end, I decided on just a little bit different placement, and here they are getting fused. I've decided on this stencil. I'll just reposition it a couple of times to get all the parts that I want, and my heat erasable pen to draw on there. I've got all my stencil markings on there, and this is where I made my big mistake. You see the original blue variegated thread, but I also had that thread, the white, and at the last minute I decided to use that. Now this goes against everything that I ever say on my videos, because this is Kogin thread. I never use Kogin thread on normal Sashiko, but this is some leftover and I wanted to use it up, and so I made this decision, and it was just a mistake. You'll see why. Before I started the Sashiko though, I decided just to use some navy blue cotton and do a slip stitch over all the edges just to anchor them down. Some of the edges were a little bit loose where I had fused them. When this is finished, the Sashiko will hold it all in place. On jeans, if you want to secure the edges, you really can't put them under the sewing machine down the leg, so you pretty much have to do it by hand. Quite often I only fuse and then just do Sashiko because I like the way the edges fray out all around the boro, but that's not everybody's choice. I'm just going to do this stitch all the way around each of the pieces that I've fused on there. At the end, I will put my iron on it and fuse this again. I can't do that at the moment because if I do, it'll wipe out all my heat erasable markings and I want to keep those in place. So at the end, I'll just give it that extra touch to fuse a little better. So I've just hand sewn around all the edges with the navy so it doesn't show. And now I'm beginning the Sashiko. It's a little awkward with your hands inside the jeans leg. And here I noticed for the first time it was going to be a problem. It's just so difficult to pull through because it's so thick. But, you know, sometimes Sashiko thread can be a little bit difficult to pull through denim when you've got layers of denim and fabric and fusible. So I decided to continue. That was a mistake because actually I'm not even onto the layers yet. This is just through straightforward denim. Really, I should have just stopped now. Let me just show you this Kogin thread. Now, as I say, I wanted to use this because I wanted to use something up. And so many times I've said this is only for Kogin and not for Sashiko, and not to use it. So really, I should listen to my own words. This, if you don't know, this is Kogin. It's a different kind of Sashiko altogether. And the thread for it is especially made just for this. And if you look at this, you know, I could say, well, I just thought it was thick thread because you can buy thicker Sashiko thread, but it wouldn't be true because Kogin is really clear. Because if you pull it apart, you can see that unlike regular Sashiko thread, this has clear threads, and there are 6 clear threads in Kogin Sashiko thread. Because the aim of them is that you actually, when you're doing Kogin, you actually pull every thread out separately and then you put it back together. And that makes this nice and plump so that when you do this particular kind of stitching, you don't see the distinct lines very much. And it was this separation, I think, that in the end caused me all the problems with this project. I don't know why I didn't just give up on this, but for some reason I just kept on trying to make it work. Off camera, I've been working on these jeans and just getting more frustrated. Is I can't load the stitches onto my needle because it's just way too difficult to pull it through the fabric. Especially towards the end of the thread, it's splitting very badly. Do you see that there? This spoils the look of the stitch. And yes, I can try and pull it out and straighten it a little bit, stretching the denim. But it's happening quite often. It's taken all the pleasure out of my Sashiko stitching, which I usually love so much. And I'm not sure if you can see this well, but the thread looks quite broken down there at the end. And I think that's because it's really designed to go through, not through denim and layers, but through Congress fabric, the specific fabric that Kogin is done on. And that's a fabric with really wide weaves. So I've called a halt. I'm taking out my stitches and I'm going to restart this whole thing. This was a mistake. I hear myself so many times saying Kogin's only for Kogin. But you know, once I started, I didn't really want to give up on the project. I've invested quite a bit of time on this already, but I just was not going to be happy with the results. So this is my solution. So I'm unpicking it all and I'm going to get out some regular Sashiko thread and I'll complete the project with that. And of course it comes out a lot easier than it went in. As you can see, I restarted the Sashiko. So I started all the Sashiko again, this time using regular Sashiko thread. I've been finishing off the Sashiko on my jeans. And I know I didn't show all the Sashiko stitching on this, but the process of the Sashiko was just the same. The thread is the only thing that was different. I've just got the last few stitches to do here. This has been a whole lot easier once I switched to regular thread. And I've really enjoyed doing this once I get over my mistake. The look of the thread is quite different sewn with the thin. In fact, I'll just show you the difference. I have the Kogin thread here that I used, and I think you can see there how one is much thicker than the other. Sorry, Mariko had something to say about that. But I was about to say, on a future project, I may double the thread and get that thicker look because I quite liked it, and I'll just try that out. I didn't feel much like experimenting anymore on this one. Last stitch. Well, despite everything, I like the results. I really like this little flowery pattern, Sashiko pattern, and it's a great one for jeans. So I'll be learning from my mistake. I won't be trying to use Kogin again. I just need to trust my own advice. This needs an iron now just to remove any little bit of heat erasable markings that are left. They're mostly covered, but I can see a few. And if you like the idea of putting Sashiko and boro on denim jeans, I'll put a link on the end for a very similar project.